Sims released 2 new creator kits today, and I have already taken a look at them, and they are impeccable. The first one is called Essential Glam, and it is by the CC creator Cryptic Sims. It's beautiful. It's an entire makeup kit that has only makeup, and I think if you like makeup, you should go get it. I'm not gonna give you an overview here though, just because I don't do a lot of cast content, but I have made a short form video on that if you want to see a little bit of an overview of everything we got in there for TikTok and other short form platforms. But today we are focusing on the build kit that we got today. It is called Grange Mudroom by Peacemaker. Now, Peacemaker makes some incredible CC and it's very max to match, and it's beautiful. I haven't really used a lot of it because I don't use CC that often, but they make very, very good CC, and this kit is a reflection of that, and it's just beautiful and kind of everything I want to see in a kit. So let's look at this kit. So this is everything we got in this kit. We got 22 different items plus 2 different wallpapers and a flooring. So in total, we have 25 different items. Over here, we have our wallpapers. So we have this really, really pretty one that is a wallpaper, like classic kind of like floral wallpaper design. It's categorized as a paint for some reason, which doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. But it's this very beautiful wall color. And then the second wallpaper is the same wallpaper. It just has this beadboard for 2/3 of it, which I honestly think is really pretty. And I think it works so great for a mudroom style room. And I've already built a little laundry room with this too, and it works great in there. So I think this is really, really fun to have the 2 different versions. And then these are the last 2 swatches that unfortunately did not fit. And then we have a new floor. It comes in a bunch of swatches that mostly match the walls. I think there's one that matches like the majority of swatches for the walls. There might be a few that don't quite match, but they're mostly matching. And it's this nice stone floor. I've already used it a few times because I've done some little builds, but it's just this really nice color. It's just this really nice stone. There's a little bit of texture to it. It's almost like a marbly kind of look. And I think the colors are also lovely. So far, I've really only used this one right here, but I think they're all beautiful, and I think they're going to be great for like bathrooms or custom showers, especially like if you're making a luxury kind of bathroom, because it kind of reminds me of some of the floors that we have from Spa Day, and I use those a lot for my bathrooms, so I think this is also going to be really nice for bathrooms. Moving on to furniture, the first one is this cute little bench. And everything in this pack with all of the different like wood furniture pieces, they all have the same array of colors. And you can see them all here. And I have them all lined up so that they're like, you can see perfectly all the way through of the colors lined up. But we have some really fun colors. I don't love the red up here. I just am a hater of red, so I'll just probably never like a red swatch of anything. But I love all the other ones. I think they're pretty. I do wish that the pillow was not plaid on every single one. There's the one pillow that's always plaid, just because I feel like the plaid makes it feel way more country and like cottagey than it needs to be. But it is called Grange Mudroom, and Grange is a word used for things with farms and cottages and that sort of thing. So I get it. It makes sense to have them all plaid, but I just wish there were a few that maybe didn't have the plaid on it. But they have all these really pretty swatches. I do wish that there was like maybe 1 or 2 that were just a full wood tone, not painted, like having like a dark wood tone and maybe like a light one with no paint whatsoever. But there's always a limited amount of swatches. I think they could have gotten rid of the red maybe, and like put in some wood swatches there, but you know what, it's fine. And then we have this little, it's technically a console table, like it's like a hallway console table. And again, it matches the colors. It has 3 little baskets in the front, which we do have this basket as a clutter item as well. And I think it's really cute, and they're in all of them. They like tuck in there absolutely perfectly. And it's just a really nice piece of furniture. I love the top of it too. I love how it like has a little lip that goes up, kind of like these cabinet pieces that I'll show you next. And I just think they're very cute. I think they're lovely. I don't know how much I would use them outside of a like a mudroom or a laundry room or like an entryway, but I think they're very cute. And I think they're honestly great if you have like a family house or like a family home with a lot of Sims living in there with kids, because it very much feels like kind of furniture you'd have if you have a bunch of kids. You're gonna have things that are just storage all the way through, so it kind of feels like that. And then we had something wasn't quite expecting fully, but also we saw screenshots, so I should have expecting it. But we got 2 cabinets. The only different thing is that they don't have the additional shapes. So normally how a cabinet has like the regular one and the short one and then the tall one and the corners and everything, it doesn't have that. It just has this one. So I wish it had like a few more pieces, then it would be more usable, but again, I get it. Kits have limitations, so I understand. But they come in all the different colors as well, and within each item, like they'll have matching hardware as well, so they all match 100% all the way through. And we have this one that is a little shelf that I think is really cute, and it does have a decent amount of slots on it as well. Also, please ignore what's happening over on the left side of my screen. That's a new update from Better Build Buy. I still don't know if I like it or not. I might turn it off. We haven't decided yet. And we have this sideboard piece. Then we have this sideboard piece, which is another surface, just like this one, but it is, the drawers are different, like the handles are all different, and then there's obviously O's on the bottom. And I think it's fun to have this variation between surfaces I also just realized that they're different heights. I don't know how I feel about that. Don't love that they're different heights, but it's fine. Probably. It might not be, but it's fine. But we have this. It's also a nice surface. It has a decent amount of slots that you can see here. A solid amount of slots. I feel like there could be more, but some pretty good slots. And I think it's pretty. I think it's nice. This is something I could definitely see myself using outside of like a mudroom or something, because it's just kind of plain and neutral. Even if it's still like a big color, it's still rather neutral in terms of like style. And then lastly, for furniture, we have these two big closet pieces. So we have this one right here, which has some drawers on the bottom and the shelves on the top. And the shelves do have some slots, but for some reason they only ever give us one slot on a middle shelf for some reason. And I don't get why. It's like this in Business and Hobbies too. Don't know what's up with that, but it only has one swatch. So if you want to place stuff on there, you have to all place it. But it's really cute. And when I saw these, I was like, you can make such a good custom closet with these. Not a mudroom, but like a closet in your bedroom. Like if you want to make a closet that's like a Mia Thermopolis closet, I feel like these could work really well for that, because they have some really nice colors that I do feel like our closet, like especially like the whites and the pinks and the yellows and like the lighter colors. I think they work really well for that. And then we have a similar one that is just like a more wardrobe style. It's called a storage closet, so it's just one that opens from the front, and it would have shelves on it if it opened. So I think these are fun to have. You can put them all together and everything fits together so well, which was the intention, but it's nice to see that they actually do all look good together. You can like put this in the center and the bench fits in there perfectly. So it's just really fun to have furniture that is modular without actually being modular. It's nice to have these that you can mix and match with without it being modular, like the modular shelves that we have, or like the couches. That's all of the furniture that we got. And then we have a lot of clutter and decoration pieces, which I'm excited about. We haven't gotten a lot of good clutter recently, in my opinion. So the first two that we have are two new plants. We have this teeny tiny little one that is a teeny tiny little trellising plant, and I think it's so cute, and it reminds me a lot of the plant in Greenhouse Haven, which is one of my absolute favorite plants in this game. It's my go-to. I put it on every surface that I can, and it's kind of similar where it's a small one. It has like some nice pot colors, and the plant is really nice looking as well, and I'm gonna overuse this so much in the near future. Like if you watch my builds, you're gonna see this 72 of these in each build. That's how I'm feeling about this. And then we have this hydrangea, this potted hydrangea plant, and I think it's very pretty. I do think it's kind of a weird size because it's not like big, but it's also not small. Like it's definitely like a plant that you'd put on the floor or like maybe something like that, but it's kind of big. I love the flowers themselves. I think there's too many leaves, and that also just might be like, do hydrangeas normally have that many leaves? Probably. And I just don't like the amount of leaves, but that's just more of a personal preference than like design preference. They look beautiful. Like the leaves are well made. It's just more of a preference that I don't like the leaves as much, but I love the colors of the hydrangeas, and I think the pot color is also nice because they also have one that matches every single swatch. And then we have this really cute little mail item. So it's called the Sorted Out Later pile of mail, and it is a stack of letters with a box behind, like a shipping box, like you maybe got something ordered or you have to take it to the post office or something. And there's a lot of detail on it. There's even like a keep this direction. And I also realized when I was building with this that even the bottom, it's like a bubble mailer, and it's like has something in it. Like it's made to have something looking like it's in it. There's like a book or like a magazine that's like kind of setting off the side. Like it just feels so realistic. Like things are curling in spots and like bent and curved, and I think it's so fun and really cute and realistic. It's a nice little clutter item because we don't have a lot of good mail clutter. And then we have, similar to something like that we have in Everyday Clutter, is a little set of keys. Now the keys in Everyday Clutter have a phone with it, and it always bugged me because you're not going to leave your keys and your phone on a table, but you're going to leave your phone and your sunglasses together. You're going to leave those on the table next to the door so that you can grab them next time you leave. Like that's something that you would leave it together at the door, and I think that's really nice. And I like these sunglass shapes as well. I think they're very nice and like realistic. And then we have one of the things that I'm most excited about for this pack is shoe clutter. I've been wanting standalone shoes for so long. I would love some that are just a single shoe, so I kind of wish there was like a single shoe swatch for these as well. But we have two new shoes. So we have a pair of Converse style sneakers, and then we have a pair of like rain boot wellies. They're called gum boots. I know that's one of the names for them. So we have these two pairs of shoes, and they have, again, all the matching colors with everything else. They all match. It's like a perfect match. So if you want to have an entire like color drenched room with even matching shoes, you can. And I just think they're cute, and I can't wait to put them in every single build. And I will also be overusing this like crazy. So I hope you aren't tired of them. I hope you like these because I'm not getting tired of them. I love them so much. And they have this cute little basket, and we have this as a little item that's with the table over there, but we have it separate as well, and it's the one that's in the center with like some cloth in front of it. And the cloth and the cloth hanging out and the cloth inside do match the benches and everything. So if you take this one, so you can see that this one matches like the wood tone and also like the red pillow and the blue pillow. So Peacemaker really did a great job at swatches and making everything match and coordinate, and I really appreciate that. And then we have this mirror. The only issue with this mirror I have is that it doesn't have matching colors. Like I kind of wish it had some of the color swatches, but I also kind of like metal swatches, like a gold and a silver to go with it as well. But I understand not having that. We don't have anything else that's really metal tones, but I do really like these. They're fun to use. They are really pretty as well. Like they're very nice and simple and very versatile. I think these mirrors are one of the most versatile ones that we might have in the game, and I think it's very pretty. And then we have two like hook things for the wall. They are pretty much the same in terms of all the swatches of the like shelf themselves, but there's two different versions. So this one here has a scarf and a sun hat, like a little straw hat. And the colors of the hat and the scarf change depending on the swatch of the shelf that you use. And then we have this one where it's the same shelf, same swatches, except it's just a jacket. So you can take these and like mix and match. And so you can have two of them in a row, but like only, I don't know why they're not lining up right now. That's weird. They're not, if they're on a wall, they'll line up, I swear. I've already used them. But you can have these like lined up so that you can have longer pieces of this, but they're not the same piece over and over again, which is one of the things I hate about clutter items, is that they'll give us one version of the same thing in a lot of different swatches, but it looks wrong when you put them together. So I really love seeing stuff like this where they give us two different versions of the same item. And then the last big item we have is these rugs. Now, these are beautiful rugs. I think they're so fun. The colors are really, really pretty, and they size down really well. So you can always size them down with the left bracket key to make them into like a little floor mat, like for your bathroom, or like an entry mat or something like that. And while they're brightly patterned, I think they're still very usable. I think they're very, like, I think they're going to be very easy to use. I also love the little like fringe on the end. I just like when a rug has the fringe on the ends. I just think it's really cute. So we don't have a lot of rugs like that in the game, so I'm happy to have some more. But yeah, these are very versatile rugs and I like them a lot. And then we have our last few items. So we have a lamp right here, and not really a lamp. It's a sconce. It's like a wall light, but here it is over on the wall. It has a really nice like pretty curve shape, and I love the style of lamp when they hang over and they're curved. I currently use one from Bowling Stuff, and I love it. It's a good one. But sometimes I just want to use bowling stuff and have another pack added into a build. And since I'm going to be using this pack all the time, switching out for this light is going to be so easy. So I'm not adding another pack in. And I just think it's a really nice light. And then we have this piece of wall art. I think this is so cute. It is a little shelf that you can place on the wall. And it has the two paintings and the little jars with the leaves in them. And it's just so precious. And each of them has different artwork in them. So like, there are a few different variations of the leaves, like the little like sky sunset photo as well. So they have different swatches in there, and I think it's beautiful and I love them. There's almost two for every single swatch, except for this light colored one right here. It has like another like slightly darker light one, but it's a little bit different from that one. Never mind, it's just the lighting. So there's three of these ones for some reason and only one of these light ones. I don't get it, but I love them and I think they're really cute and they're fun to use. And then we have one of my other favorite items. We don't have any purse clutter except for one from Modern Luxe. I'm personally the biggest fan of Modern Luxe. I don't really like the build style. I just don't do a lot of like modern kind of builds, but will use the purse sometimes because I just want that purse clutter, especially like at the front door. But now we have a purse, and this is like just a very nice like shoulder bag that you can put on any surface, and it does slot into most of these as well. It doesn't slot on the center one. Most of the things in this pack don't slot on the center of this shelf for some reason, but it's great. I love it. It's so realistic looking. I love how the strap lays. I love this bag. Now we just need to see if the Sims will actually give us bags for our Sims to carry, which I think would be fun. But at least we have bags in build mode now. And then the last item is this frame. Now, I love the idea of this frame, and then I realized that it's about feet. So there's two for each color, or each like wood tone. And we have one that is like a foot, and then one that is like a shoe. It's called the Magic Wood Shoe Frame, and it's basically like a don't like take your shoes off sign. And so I'm curious if it's functional with the system, like the shoe system that we have from Snowy Escape, where you can have your Sims take their shoes off inside automatically if you have a specific sign. I haven't tested that for functionality yet, but I am interested to see if it has that as an additional thing. Not necessarily if you only have this pack, it probably won't be functional, but if you have Snowy Escape, does this also work as one of those signs? But it's a little like frame. It's a little frame that you set on something. I had someone ask in my chat earlier today if you could size down a photo to fit in here. And I feel like you could if you take a photo in your game, and you can probably like maneuver it to sit in there instead. It's a good frame. I just don't understand the picture of it. I don't understand why it's a feet, but it's feet. So it's fine. But I guess it also fits with mudroom. It's like, because it's like, take off your shoes in the mudroom and don't wear your shoes in the house after you've been in the mud, I guess. But that's everything we got in this kit. I really, really love this kit. I just like it just feels so versatile and so clean. I love that there's no clutter stuck to any specific shelf. I really hate when clutter is on a shelf by default because it makes it so more unusable. I think all the colors are lovely. The only like downside is that there's not just plain wood tones. But again, we have a lot of plain wood tones in the game. So I can get over the fact that we don't have like a plain wood tone of these. And I need to start building with more color. So like it's fine. It'll force me to build in color a little bit more than just neutrals. But I think this kit is lovely. I'd love to know what you think. Have you gotten this kit already? Do you think you're gonna get it soon? I would love to know. And if you do this kit, feel free to use my code DizzyMissLizzy at checkout to support my content. Or you can use the code Peacemaker to support the creator who made this, who deserves all the support as well. Let me know what you think of this kit. I'd love to chat with you about it. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!